Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته bro.
Bro, so this is Rahat, or as we know him as Brother Rahat, right? Alhamdulillah, this is a full-time teacher plus full-time musafir plus a non-stop charity worker. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you. Always working. Basically, he's never off his feet. But the struggle he came to me with was trying to maneuver his life around food, trying to get food in the right way, the correct amount of nutrition and everything. And Alhamdulillah, from January 1st till February 3rd, he's lost 4.5 kilos. Alhamdulillah, which is actually insane. But what's even crazier is he's still consistent and he's still losing weight. Now lost 5 kilos on the dot as we're recording this. So Alhamdulillah, Rahat, just tell me like, how do you feel? Why did you actually want to join us, change your lifestyle, weight loss journey, and how are you feeling now?
So bro, Alhamdulillah, right now I'm feeling really, really good. I think we've lost a good amount of weight in a short amount of time. Alhamdulillah, and I think sometimes people have the perception that you have to like do intense cardio every day or multiple times a week. But I think what we focused on, I think I had that perception, perhaps, even though I've got a sports science degree, I think I still had that perception. Um, but I feel like with what you've done, you've kind of showed me, how to manage your food. Alhamdulillah. Because the thing is, one thing you noted is that I haven't really changed my lifestyle. It's not like I'm staying, home more and going gym more. I'm still pretty active. I'm still working my jobs. I'm still, traveling. Alhamdulillah. Just came back over the weekend. But what I'm doing is the main thing is I'm managing my food more, whether that's portion size, quality of food, even if it's a little change like having a zero sugar drink instead of a fizzy drink, like a full sugar fizzy drink. So I think those little changes are what making the difference. And alhamdulillah, I think I'm not exactly where I want to be yet. I think there's more to it, inshallah. But I think with this kind of start I've had, I think I'm on the way, inshallah, and it's definitely motivated me and given me the confidence to kind of get where I need to get by the end of the course or the end of the period, inshallah.
Inshallah. And you said we didn't really change much about your lifestyle, right? So
Yeah,
your lifestyle also includes a lot of traveling.
yeah,
So yeah, that's why we also call you like the Musafir many times. Yeah, yeah. Since
yeah.
I met you, you're just in another place every weekend somewhere, alhamdulillah. But how do you maneuver eating out? Because most of the time you're never gonna have a home cooked meal when you're traveling.
So I think one thing I want to note is yeah, when you're traveling, and when I say traveling, it doesn't mean always abroad. Like even within the country, like when you've got a lot of things to do, um, you're still traveling around the country. And obviously, when you're home, it's a lot easier to manage your meals. But when you're out, firstly, it's like you're out, so you can only really eat out. Um, Obviously, you're not gonna have a home cooked meal if you're out on the road. And the second thing is, obviously, when you go out as well, a lot of the brothers that you're around with will treat you because you go as guests a lot of the time. And it's almost like if they've treated you to something, it's you want to accept the treat they're giving you. However, that being said, within all of that, you can still manage it. You can still manage your portions. You could still manage what you eat, the quality of your food. Just make those little changes. For example, substitute a full sugar fizzy drink for the exact same drink but a diet version. And that being said, even then there have been times where someone might have treated me, and sometimes you might go a little bit over. But what you've taught me is kind of how to manage it the next day and manage it like because I feel like sometimes out of guilt, and this happened to me in the past, and this is probably why I put on more weight than I would have wanted to recently. It's more like I kind of wanted to diet, and then one day I'd probably, go out somewhere and eat a little bit extra, and then when you feel guilty, and it's scientifically proven psychologically, you end up binge eating after, and you feel demotivated. And you're like, I've eaten anyway, so I might as well eat more. So controlling that kind of mindset has been part of it as well, and you've kind of showed me how to, get around that, inshallah.
No, alhamdulillah, I'm glad, man. Yeah, it's a very important thing. You said guilt eating, binge eating. It's very easy to just be like, okay, so I was very strict for about a week, but then I went out with my mates and then I ate too much. Oh, I told them I don't want to. And then I ate more. I came home. I was still a bit hungry because, again, the quality of food probably wasn't that bad. And if it was already a bit sugary, when you come home, you tend to still want more. There's certain
Unfortunately,
foods that if you eat them, not only are they not satiating, stuff like that's why the sweet tooth is real.
yep,
Sweet things generally make you crave more sweet things.
yep,
So when
yep.
you come home, eat a bit more. You wake up the next day, and honestly, all that work that took about a week to lose 1 kilo, you can get it back overnight. And
Oh
you
yeah,
and we've had that between the both of us where you've woken up like, bro, what's this? It's like 2 kilos by the end of the day, but you
yeah,
were
yeah,
fine because the next day, a lot of it. as we know, when you eat a lot of carbs suddenly, and again, an important thing is I never told you to cut carbs. You haven't
No,
completely cut out carbs as well.
just limited it.
Yeah, a little bit here and there, and just managed maintaining a good proportion of carbs in
That's the
comparison
one.
to protein. That's the
Yep,
important part. The ratio to
yep,
carbs to protein. We're always
yep,
emphasizing our protein.
yep.
These things you enjoy. It's not dry chicken breast, is it?
No, it's I'm still um the foods I used to enjoy, just in more moderation and in more manageable kind of portions.
Alhamdulillah, man. It's really good, man. And again, just have to emphasize this is 4.5 kilos now. You've stuck with me again for another month. In fact, you joined the Ramadan recharge program, which is 66 days,
Yep,
right?
alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So, what's your hope to get out of the next 66 days?
So I have lost, alhamdulillah, in those kind of 4.5 weeks. I've lost. Sorry, in those five since January 1st, I lost 4.5 kilos. So I think I've always said that when I'm at around 80, when I'm between 85 to 88 kilos, just from like from the past, then because I know my body the best because it's me. I've always being the most athletic I can be while maintaining some strength as well. So if I can get to that kind of region, I'm happy to kind of once I get to that body weight, I'm happy to experiment in different things, whether it's going into a bit of weightlifting, going into more athletic training, whether it's going into high rocks in the future. I think once I get to that weight range, I can kind of experiment and play around a little bit more and see what I need. But I want to get to that weight range first because I know that's kind of where my optimal weight is. I think that's the word.
MashaAllah, going up and doing high rocks, man. That's amazing. That's a great goal.
That's motivated me a lot, and I'm genuine about it because Numan would know I've spoke to him about it, and I've literally sat down with diary and planned it's going to be my journey. However, that is the end of the year thing. So let me hit my weight first, inshallah, then put on a bit of muscle, inshallah, and I'm obviously going to update Numan throughout, and then at the end of the year, inshallah, if everything's consistent and going well, which it should be, inshallah, then I can go into that to the high rocks. And it's not that I want to go to do it every year. Perhaps I just want to go into it to we all want to kind of prove a point to ourselves, to boost ourselves, to boost our mindset. So I think that's kind of the goal, to kind of build myself for my own sake, inshallah.
Inshallah. Look, you got me motivated as well. You were the first person that ever told me about high rocks. So, man, I was like, you came to me for weight loss guidance, but you already had these dreams. Like,
Of
once
course,
you're done, you're going to go and do high rocks. You're going to do all these other things. You know what? You got me motivated. And inshallah, I want to do it now as well. That's the thing.
inshallah.
It's an amazing thing when you have people that are like-minded, and also I love transforming other Muslims' bodies, men's, and getting them in shape. And then when I see that passion from someone like you, who not only wants to do that but excel, I want to do
Inshallah.
that. So
Yeah, inshallah.
inshallah, yeah, I'll see you then there as well, inshallah.
Inshallah, we'll do it together.
Yeah. And from this, right, do you believe that this is something that's consistent? So as a coach, I'm there with you now. But after a while, once you're done, you've gone your journey and I leave. Do you
Yeah.
think it's something you can maintain?
Yes, and I say that because I think the main reason why there's coaches out there, and yourself included, is because of the knowledge. Um, it's not just a matter of, oh, you tell me what to do and I do it. Over time, you learn things. Over time, you will explain to me the science of how to do things. And as an athlete and whatever kind of field I'm in fitness, if it's bodybuilding, powerlifting, high rocks, whatever it is, you're giving me knowledge. And that knowledge is what will allow me to kind of go on my own journey in the future, inshallah. But without that foundation of knowledge, you can't make a start. So inshallah, you're given that knowledge that's proved by science as well. I think it's important to say it's scientifically proven, because I feel like if something's not scientifically proven, what basis are we, speaking of? So I think that knowledge is very, very valuable, inshallah.
Inshallah. And how do you think this felt made you feel in terms of your ibadah, in terms of your iman? What has this brought you closer to Allah in some way?
Um, I wouldn't even say so in some way. I think it has significantly. I can say for a fact when you feel heavier, and it's not something that again is proven, but it's just one of those things that it gives you. You'd know once you go through it. But when you're heavier, it's hard to stuff like salah. Everything becomes a little bit harder, and I feel like you know eating. Even if you put on weight through overeating, it might be for other things, but mostly it's for overeating. It's not good for your heart. And
Mm.
obviously, as Muslims, you want a soft heart always when it comes to ibadah, when it comes to your character and conduct. So, alhamdulillah, it does help soften your heart. you're controlling your food, which helps you control other things as well. Um, and I also feel like, again, it's just if if you've ever overeaten, and I'll give you an example. If you've ever overeaten, you've absolutely destroyed it yourself with carbs and whatever it is, just calories. If you go to pray salah after, you are going to be lousy, lazy, sluggish, and I think that's just an example of how it makes us feel. So I feel like, again, with confidence, in terms of my deen, alhamdulillah, it's been a boost. And like I said, I'm not finished yet, alhamdulillah, but
Yeah.
it's the journey is what I'm enjoying. And I think one thing is you want to enjoy the journey as well. I'm not saying it's an easy journey, but when you kind of fall in love with the journey, alhamdulillah, you can develop yourself a lot more.
Alhamdulillah, very important reminder there to love the journey, not the destination.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. There is no destination without a journey, and you just whether you like it or not, it's just like that.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right. So from the 1st of January till
Yeah,
now, the 11th of February, there is a 5 kg drop in fat, alhamdulillah. And why we know it's fat is because you're still strong. If you can
alhamdulillah.
maintain the strength, we know that either you kept muscle if your strength is the same. If you increase
Yeah,
strength slightly, you probably build some muscle as well.
yeah,
And that's
alhamdulillah.
something that obviously, as your life has been so hectic, you even said that your workout was not as consistent anyway. But we were
Nah,
okay with that because we got the food on track. And because the food was on track, it was already a 5 kg drop.
alhamdulillah. That's it.
Okay. So that's something that's really important. I want everyone to understand. Nutrition, 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 then exercise. And exercise is very important. You can never miss it. But when
Yeah,
we talk about exercise, we're talking about the strength training, cardio, intense cardio, right? But some
yeah,
form of exercise has to happen regardless. So that's walking around.
yeah,
You need to want to like an hour a day, a
yeah,
brisk walk at a quite
yeah,
fast pace, maybe
yeah,
at different inclines. So some
yeah,
form of movement, stretching exercise has to happen regardless,
yeah.
every single day just for health and cardio. But nutrition is everything. Alhamdulillah, it seems you've already got that on track. So that's great.
Alhamdulillah. Like I said, bro, it's I'm I'm where I want to be at this stage, but I'm not where I want to be fully. But it's like we said about the journey. The journey is important, and I think like whether we like it or not, we say that, and it's right. We say you shouldn't rely on motivation; you rely on discipline. However, when you're seeing results, it's normal to feel motivated, and I don't think we're relying on that motivation. I think it's just you're seeing that it's working, so you believe in the process a bit more,
Yeah.
a bit each time. So I think that's one thing is when you look at yourself in the mirror, or perhaps in my stage, because I see myself every day. I'm not seeing it much in the mirror. If that makes sense because I'm seeing the same body every day.
Yeah.
Others might, but when you see it on the scales, it does give you a boost. It does give you a big boost. The same way where if it goes up, it might give you the opposite, but if it goes down, you feel good.
Yeah, that's another thing. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Everyone should take before and after pics, not just to
Well,
like post it online, just for yourself, so you can see the journey you've been on.
of
Because you
course,
kind
of
of
course.
forget how many times do we just turn our head back around and be like, "Wow, that's I've walked so far right now, and I didn't even realize." You just kind of
Yeah,
forget and you get lost in, "Oh my God, I've still got another 10 kilometers left to walk."
of course, of course.
I imagine
Yeah,
you've already done like 20.
yeah,
So it's really important to look back on it and pat yourself on the back. Just be grateful for the small wins. It will motivate you and keep it going.
exactly, bro.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
But anyway, I look forward to seeing you in the Ramadan Recharge program. We start February 20th. I'm
We're
so
ready, bro.
excited.
We're ready. Jazakallah khair, bro.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm excited as well. Inshallah, we're gonna definitely get to our goals. Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam.